Breakfast with Bob. Oh, yeah.
Poncho Man! Woo! We are brought to you by AS Myoplex, Oka One One, Polar Net, VeloFix, Normatec, Four Seasons Hualalai, and Amio Power Breather. Our next guest, two-time Ironman World Champion, one of our favorite guys on the planet, Mr. Normann Stadler. How you doing, Norman? It's been way too long.
Yeah, I'm pretty fine.
Yes, you are.
Back after 6 years to the island. So,
yes,
yeah.
It's been 6 years.
6 years, yeah.
Did the old feelings come back as soon as you got off the plane?
It's still the same.
Still the same?
Still the same, yeah. Nothing
so
changed.
You immediately went out and swam out in the ocean with the big fish?
Not once.
There's big fish out there, right?
You know I loved swimming.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
But not out there?
Yeah. No.
No. Big fish.
I try tomorrow morning.
Yes?
I have no speedo with me, so...
We can borrow. We'll find someone in the audience who's got one for you. So... When you first got into the sport when? How old were you?
15.
And was your dad your coach?
My dad was my coach. He was the guy who founded the athletic club. I was the first member in the athletic club. And we started with running, cross country, long jump, high jump.
Yes, all of that.
Then I had my own bike when I was 13 years old. And the only chance to see my friends was by bike, to go to next little villages.
Right.
And so he saw my talent for endurance sport.
Came from going to see your friends.
Yes. Yeah.
And when did you find triathlon?
1988. Did my first triathlon, national championships, 15-year old, and I won. So I did my first triathlon, Olympic distance, and I won the national championships.
Did that surprise you and your dad?
Not really.
Because you knew.
We knew how strong I am, and we trained a lot for that, and yeah. But I was a dark horse, yeah.
Nobody else was expecting you to win.
No one.
Yeah, and who were you racing against? Any names? Any of the boys?
No, Thomas Hellriegel was already older.
Yes.
1 or 2 years. Lothar later too.
Yes.
So that was the area of Lothar, Thomas Hellriegel.
Jürgen Zach.
No, Jürgen Zach is much older. He's an old guy.
Oh, he's an old guy.
He's an old guy.
He's a fossil, I think. Yeah.
50 plus. Come on.
What was it about for the Germans? Germans dominated for so long, between Wolfgang and Jürgen and Thomas and yourself, and now with Jan and with Sebi. There's just this great heritage of German endurance athletes. What's that come from? Is that like yourself, riding to the next village?
No idea. Good question.
Yeah.
But we have a good system in Germany with the sport army.
Yes.
So
that's right. You were part of the sport army, right?
I was a soldier in the army, in the sport army for 4 years, so was the main sponsor for me.
Yes.
Back in the 90s. And I think we have good home coaches, like trainer.
Yes.
Home. But I no idea why the Germans are so strong in, especially in the Ironman.
Right. When did you get to the point where you felt that you could make a living in the sport?
Right from the beginning.
Really?
I thought, I told everyone when I was 13, when I saw Ironman Hawaii on TV, I will win Hawaii one day.
Really?
So my focus was on winning Hawaii. And it took me 16 years to win this race. Yeah.
Well, but most people will say that, and they never are going to.
But now it's much easier. We just talked about it with the social media and with the channels to make money.
Right.
It's much easier now, the marketing wise, to be a professional athlete.
It's also, I think, a lot easier for kids to find out what other people are doing training-wise, because people are posting their workouts. Back in the day, I think people were sort of not really wanting to talk about what they did. It was a secret. Like someone's going to be able to follow your workout, right?
They could.
What was the first, what was the first win where the world started realizing what type of talent you had?
I believe 1994 when I won the Triathlon World Championships in Tasmania, Australia. That was my first big win. I came second in the Powerman World Cup in Sydney a few weeks before, and so I was 21, and I was there for training with my brother in the Blue Mountains in Australia, and the federation called me to maybe you can enter these World Championships in Tasmania
Since
when you're
there.
training Australia. Yeah, and I said, okay, I go there, and I won. So and I beat Urs Delsberger. He was the guy to beat, and all those big names. And
Yeah.
so it was my first big victory.
Did you run your first marathon at 11?
Yes.
That's child abuse, I think, isn't it? Your father could have been arrested for that.
No, we had our own marathon in my hometown, and it was a marathon like a walk and run. You got a mug in the end.
Yes.
So, but you're not allowed to run a marathon when you're 11.
Okay.
So I found this card where you get stamps.
Yes.
So I set my alarm at 5:30 in the morning, and I left the house. And but my father knew what I was doing,
Yes.
and he was waiting half time with blankets and tea. So, but he let me go. Yeah, he said, "Okay, let's run a marathon," and I did it. Next day, I ran a half marathon.
You're a crazy man.
Yeah, it's
So
okay. It
you're
was more like a run and walk.
So here, you came here in '99 as an age grouper,
Yes.
and how'd you do?
15th. I was battling, back 99.
Yeah.
The top 15 were qualified for next year.
Right.
So I had a battle with Ken Clark,
Yes.
and he passed me, and then he stopped for toilet.
Yeah.
A big one. And then I passed him again, and then he came and passed me, and he stopped again for a toilet, and so I finished 15th and he 16th.
And then you got a spot in
and I got
Kona.
a spot for next year. And 2000 I came back after winning Australia,
Yes.
and I finished third.
You finished third, and then you were fourth in 2001 and 2003.
Yeah.
And then, what was the difference from 2000 and then you come in 2004, and that was a year you just crunched everybody. You had like a 21-minute lead or something on Tim DeBoom and Peter Reed off the bike.
Yes. A good feeling. I think we had this big earthquake before.
Yes.
The week before we had the earthquake, and everyone got scared, and maybe the race is not on. And
Right.
And I had good legs. But
think?
a 21 lead. Second guy off the bike was Alex Taubert,
Yes.
German guy, with 16 minutes. And I saw the splits when I turned around at the Ali drive.
Yes.
And
Did you think that maybe you missed part of the course or something?
yes, really, I did. Yeah.
They were so far back.
Yeah. But in the end, it was, I think, 11 minutes left.
Yeah, so you still had an 11-minute lead.
11 minutes lead, yeah.
So you win that race. How did that change your life? Like nowadays, Jan Frodeno said that winning the Ironman did more for him than the Olympic gold.
It's our biggest race in sport. In our sport, it's the Ironman Hawaii, and for sure it changed a lot.
Yes.
Sponsor-wise, and people know you
Right.
outside of your little sport. The people in Germany, they know your name.
Sure.
And but still, you have to keep going and again and again. And
And the hard part is when you win, then there's all the pressure,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Everybody wants to interview you. You're the
Yeah,
guy who has to
yeah.
do all the interviews, and that's a different skill set because now you've got to not just swim, bike, and run and do all the training. You've got to do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Was that hard? Trying to balance all that?
I think now it's more important to do all the media stuff. I had my sponsors, and there was not a big social media hype. And
No, right.
Now everything is online, and you can follow the guys on Instagram, Pinterest, and
Right.
yeah. So I think it was still okay, but yes, you travel a lot. You have mandates for your sponsors.
Sure.
They pay you well, but you also have to work for that money, and you do less homework, and for sure a lot of pressure. And then I came into 2005 race. I had 2 flat tires,
Yeah.
and 1 year was for nothing. But then you come back stronger, and you win it again in
2006. 2006. I mean, when you look at your career, do you think 2006 was your best race?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
Because you were
because of one guy who pushed me, and it was Chris McCormick.
he pushed you that year.
Yeah, mentally and physically. Yeah.
Now, how did it pushed you before the race, or just
Before, yeah, he wrote somewhere in the media that he gives me 10 minutes and he catches me.
Oh,
So and I had 10 minutes, but he came 70 seconds short. So
71 seconds short.
So
But that stuff is good for the sport,
was good, was perfect.
right? Because then the people, the mainstream media, they know baseball, football, basketball, soccer. They don't know triathlon, but they do know 2 guys who don't like each other, and that creates media, right? All of a sudden it changes.
Don't like each other. Yeah, We had a fight, but now everything is fine.
Yes,
Was
but
good.
that was
He came 70 seconds short, and he never won Hawaii before. And you
Right.
know, Chris and also me and some other athletes, they talked loud before, but then you have to deliver.
right.
And it's just the ego. And he's an
Right.
Aussie. I know the I know the Aussies, and so yeah. But all good. I had my best race, and he also rode.
He had his best race. That
his
was a
best
great race.
ever was 2006 when he came second.
Right.
So it's an honor.
Well, and I love the fact that after the race, what do you say? So, gosh, if it was another mile, I could have caught him because made some ground. He said, no, if it was another mile, I wouldn't have finished
Yeah, yeah.
because he was going that hard.
He came close, I think, 40 seconds.
Yes.
And then he dropped back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Winning it the second time, did that mean more to you than winning it the first time? Because you had a race where you won by 10 minutes, and now you won by basically a minute.
You know, when I won 2004, the media wrote on all the other guys, they let him go.
Yeah, yes.
No one lets me go in Hawaii on the
No.
Ironman because they knew me before I was not a dark horse. I finished third, I had a strong bike,
Yes.
and they know I can run. So, and my background is running.
Right.
People forgot or forget.
Because you're such a good cyclist, people forgot
Yes,
that you were a
so,
good runner.
Yeah, but yeah, sure, winning twice is better than winning once.
A lot better.
Little better.
Was there, again, more of a, from your sponsors and things like that? Did anything,
No,
much
just for
change?
me. No,
just it meant more for you.
Yeah. I
So-
was fine after that. I founded this the triathlon team,
Yes.
my own team, Dresdner Kleinwort Investment Bank team, and I knew my peak was 2006.
Right.
And after that, I was more like a coach, team leader.
Right.
Yeah.
And when did you develop the issue with your heart?
A day before the surgery,
What year?
2011. I did a little training camp. No, I did the now it's a 70.3 Germany in Kraichgau.
Yes.
I dropped out because of a flat tire, and Sebastian won. I was with him in the lead and had no spare tire with me because 70.3 you don't fix your flat. So I went to right after I went to Spain for another event, and my rear derailleur broke. Then I did a training camp in my hometown with my team, and I felt something was wrong. I couldn't breathe. I got cramps in my arms and everywhere. The boys dropped me on the bike.
Yes.
So next day I went to the doctor and did a blood test. Everything was fine with my blood, but the ultrasound showed that I had a 7-centimeter aneurysm, and my aortic valve was open.
And immediate surgery.
Yeah. I went home to my wife. She was pregnant 6 months. Wrote my last will and all the papers. We stopped building a house, and then I went back to the hospital and had a 7 hours heart surgery. Yeah.
Oh, it's showing your life changing in a flash of a snap of a.
So you see the important things in life.
And now you're dad.
I'm 2-time world champion and 2-time dad. Yeah.
And
Much
that's
more important.
Way more important,
Way
right?
more important. Yeah.
How fun is it being a dad?
It's best thing ever. But I knew it before.
Yes.
It's I'm a family man.
Yes.
I love my kids, and I have 2 active boys, and yeah, I miss them already after one day here on the island. So
Is it hard for a child of a world champion to be an okay runner or an okay cyclist or swimmer?
he's 8 years old. When
Yes.
I was 8, I did nothing. I was
Right.
riding my bike from house to house, and but they know that I'm the world champion in school.
Yes.
And I try to help when they have sport in school. I try to show them how it's done right,
Sure.
because the teacher, they really don't have an idea. So, but yeah, they measure him with me,
And that's
Yeah, it's just okay, but I think he won't be a triathlete. So he's more into like fun sport like skateboarding and
Yes.
BMX, half pipe,
yes,
bike, and mountain bike downhill. So yeah,
which is way better.
which is okay.
Yeah, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, whatever they want to do.
When you look back on your career here and coming back after not being here for 6 years, how do you look back on your career as a triathlete and as an Ironman?
Totally fine. I have 2 big signs at the finish line.
That's pretty fun, huh?
I won twice. I finished third, 2 times fourth. I had really bad races here. My last one was I finished with Tim de Boom,
Yes.
which was one of my best finishes ever. So we ran the last kilometer together, and we promised we never come back to this island racing.
Really?
And we did, yeah.
What year was that?
2010.
2010.
My last race, yeah.
And you guys both
We
said
crossed the finish line together.
and said never
we said
again.
never again.
Done.
Enough
Retired.
is enough, yeah.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Norman, thanks so much for taking time, man. Always
Thank
an
you.
honor to chat with you. How
Yeah.
about a round of applause? Two-time Ironman World Champion, Mr.
you.
Normann Stadler.
Breakfast with Bob.
And Pancho Man.